Well, I figured we'd do a little video journal this morning. This is going to be my second day of carnivore. And I want to say I'm doing good. I'm feeling... I don't know. I don't really know how I'm feeling. I'm just kind of waking up still, I guess. But I'm hoping to see some improvements in cognitive function, decrease inflammation. I would really like to stick to this for at least like 4 days, because I know that's when my sugar cravings kind of start to deplete after like 24 to 48 hours usually. So I'm gonna keep plugging along. Hopefully this starts to, my face starts to get more toned and defined. Hopefully the rest of my body does too. But it's funny, my best friend actually just sent me a photo of him working out at the gym. We're both gonna be 36 this year, so gotta get back in shape and get to it and get some. I don't really have too much to talk about. I think I just wanted to address the diet. I guess I'm excited to see what goes on with work and the tattooing, just because I feel like it's starting to pick up a little bit. I'm hoping the universe kind of starts to really attract in some good clients and some bigger pieces for me to do. I'd love to be making like 2 G's a week and whatnot. I'm supposed to start paying shop rent and everything, and I still have to find a place out in Buffalo. But I'm just kind of going with the flow for now. Hoping things just pick up, and I guess I'm not really like anxious, or if I do get anxious, the thing that I do notice is I kind of dissociate, so I don't realize that I'm being anxious. I tend to like tap out. So I think one thing I really want to concentrate on too is being more aware of things and just kind of having an awareness to micro adjustments in my emotional bandwidth when it happens, so then I can kind of analyze it and then correct it, or adjust it, I should say. I don't think correction is necessarily a conducive word when you're trying to shift identities and realities, because there's really no good or bad. It just kind of is or it isn't. And I was talking with a friend of mine, and he made a really good point about creating boundaries and stuff like that I really wanted to adopt more of, because I have a tendency to neglect myself over other people, where I'll accommodate someone else before I accommodate myself. And I don't think personal accommodation over other people is necessarily selfish, especially if the motivation and intent behind it is correct, or healthy, or appropriate, I should say. But he was basically distilling it down to, if you're ever feeling uncomfortable in anything, that should be your first and immediate trigger sign. And I know a lot of people, including myself, that have grown up with complex trauma and have struggled with certain things in their life, they've desensitized themselves to the sirens and the loud noise that your brain makes when it's trying to tell you that something is off or uncomfortable, because you have to get used to being in that predicament. So you tend to tune out all of the warning signs and stuff instead of acknowledging them like a normal person would, and then adjusting after making that acknowledgement and creating a boundary with yourself or other people. So I, especially now, because I am dating and I would like to find a wife so that I can have a family and stuff. I really want to get good at, when I do feel uncomfortable, taking a step back and acknowledging that I am uncomfortable and saying, even if I can't figure out what the boundary is immediately in the moment that I want to establish, allowing me and whoever else is involved this space where I can collect my thoughts and figure out how to properly articulate the boundary that I want to put in place. So if you're uncomfortable, all you gotta do is take a step back, recognize that there's a boundary that needs to be put in place somewhere, whether it's with yourself or another individual, and then go from there. And I think we experience a lot of anxiety when confronting things, and addressing that with yourself is a really good means to practice for when you need to address it with another person. And I think part of making videos like this is to maintain accountability and also help with bringing awareness, just because it's kind of giving me a chance to analyze my thoughts as I'm kind of verbalizing them on camera and stuff like that too. And I also hope that this doesn't just help me, but it helps other people if someone ends up watching this and puts it on in the background or whatever. But I think today's going to be a focal point of that, creating healthy boundaries in your life, and how important it is to maintain those and recognize that you don't have to supersede your own boundaries or your own personal parameters, or neglect your desires or wants or things like that, because that doesn't make you a selfish person if you are acknowledging those things. And I think us as empathetic individuals, we really get swept up in how other people are feeling, especially if it's reinforced with verbal cueing and stuff, which makes it really easy for unhealthy people to take advantage of our emotions as empaths and stuff, because we really are concerned with other people more so than ourselves, which is ironic, because if we have the capacity to love and care about other people so much that we neglect ourselves, why not translate that back inwards in giving ourselves our own self-care and love and affection? So that's all I really got for today.